welcome! You're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch. I've been calling myself the Witch of the Woods lately. I don't know if any other witches have that, but that vibration's feeling really good. So there's that. I want to show you guys some stuff that I've added because like when you shop at my Etsy shop and like we talk about what you need and everything's created just for you. That's down in the description. There's not many listings on the Etsy shop, but I don't like to make things unless I'm making it with the intention. So that's why you can ask for anything that you may need there. Okay? So I got an order and you guys saw me make that road opener oil the other day, right? Where is it? Here it is. It went really well. I ship it without the oil and then you just add the oil into it. Because like cracking, leaking, insurance, all of that. I got the foot tied on the outside. And then on the top, I burned, the candle burned down on the top and then like sealed the working or the ritual, however you want to call it. And then I made 2 sticks cross each other so that when the candle burned down, it was like representing the crossroads, okay? So that's how it is, and I'm going to ship it just like that. If those break off, it's fine, but it's still carrying that like crossroads vibration. Now, I don't even know how much my road opener oil is. This is a small bottle. It's about this size. Basically, I make big ones or little ones, but that's a lot of oil. There's a lot of stuff inside. And check out that video if you didn't see what we put in there. But, it's, you know, a lot of oil. And you're just anointing, like, things with it. This one could be used on the body, too, because I didn't put anything poisonous in it, and that's rare for me. Like, mandrake is poisonous, and I like to add that to a lot of workings. So, along with that, because I'm packing up orders today and getting ready to ship, adding more intuition, more, intent over it. Like, this has so much intent in there because I've had it at my altar for 2 days, and I've really been trying to think of, like, what can I do to amp that up. Okay. So I'm sending her a lot of little things that she didn't pay for because she doesn't need to. Paying for the oil, you get all my little things I create just for you. And I'm going to show you how that looks, okay? So this is a frog bone. It's actually 2 that are kind of still in the joints and hooked together. Frogs absolutely represent money. The purpose of this road opener was for employment, like to gain employment and money and abundance because she's looking for a job. Okay, so we're having the intent of opening roads and money. So this isn't just a road opener, it's to open roads for money. That's what I mean. If I create a road opener oil and you would just purchase it off my page, I didn't make it for you. The intent wasn't for you. I made it for a TTW family member, but it wasn't made from me for you. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you need anything, just ask. Like, anything. We'll think it up together. So I'm giving her a frog bone, this one, to keep. You guys can charge it for us. Go ahead and charge it while I tell you. And just you looking at it and putting your positive intent and energy into that charges it. That's one really good thing about technology these days. So, look. Hello! So, here we go. Hey, KDR and Purple Panther. Great to see you guys. So, this is for her to keep in her pocket when she goes to interviews or when she goes to get, you know, applications. Or I haven't gone out for a job in a long time. I think it's been over 15 years because I just did massage. But, you know, I assume that interviews are stressful and they're kind of like a time that you might get anxious or something like that, okay? So, really cool to keep that money vibration and energies, because the frog is money, 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 having those there. Also, when you think about opening a road, you think about movement or getting over a hurdle. Well, frogs, they jump. Like, they jump from place to place. They jump away from predators really quickly. They jump toward food really quickly. They're jumpers. So, and then also just, I learned from Tequila that, a Lady Grave Dancer, that, like, she has this big frog money altar, and it's really awesome. And so that's where I learned about the frog thing from. Plus, they're green, and green has always been the vibration for money, even before money was started to be printed green. The reason money is printed green is because they know. Alright, So we did talk about me saying like, oh, I'm going to add my raw organic chia seeds to this working. And so what she'll do with that, I've given her a bag of them right here. And I wrote and told her exactly what to do. And, hey, there you are, darling. So make sure you watch this from the beginning later because I said some things. So the chia seeds are to be anointed with the road opener oil. Because when you add moisture to chia seeds, like for instance, have you ever had a smoothie that had chia seeds in it and then not drinking enough water and like took a nap or went to bed and you wake up and you're like, oh, my mouth is a desert, I can't do it. They absorb like any kind of liquid and they'll just suck liquid out of something. So these would be really good too on a different note to dry up a situation, kind of like a death oil type of thing where you're not asking someone to get hurt, but you're like, I need a death to this situation. You could use that intuitive vibration of like drying it up. Okay? But yeah, it's not a good feeling to not be hydrated when you eat chia seeds. So she can take a little bit each day, and this is what I wrote on the back of the bag for you, darling. I wrote, organic raw chia seeds, moisten with road opener oil and a little bowl each day for 8 days. Now, 8 is the number of money in numerology, and also it's cool because an 8 makes an infinity symbol and does that whole connection, brings it back around. It's that like cycle, and that's what I was talking about, like when you're without a job, it's only for a short time, but you have to put the right vibrations that way. And Tiki, I did a working and I just sat with that road opener for like 45 minutes last night. So I really put a lot of good intention into it, and as well as all these things too. So then on the back, I wrote, like, use law of attraction and say something like this or this. It only took 8 days for this rich abundance to come into my life. I'm so grateful. Thank you. And I've just given her some ideas. She can, I'm practice and teach intuitive herbalism. Like, I really, really feel that it's cool to learn from books, but I haven't even opened my witchcraft books lately, and I've had more ideas than ever before. That is the proof to me that I need to go with this intuitive magic stuff and like really teach it to people, because not everybody can afford books, but it's great to learn from them. And also, I've promised myself that I'm never going to take out a book for a working ever again. I'm going to say that right now. I'm never going to take out a book for a working ever again, because it's in here. That book has the vibrations of that have been used so many times, and over time there's 8 people here. That's cool. Money, 8. But I lost my thought. It's just like, that was a vibration for Scott Cunningham, and it's definitely taught me a lot, and it's absolutely a vibration for me too. I always look at those herbs and go, oh my gosh, I always kind of thought that. So, I mean, he and I have a lot of the same kind of like thoughts on herbalism and herbal alchemy. However, it's at some point when you feel like you know enough, it's time to put down the books. And maybe just pull them out for casual reading and just absorb what you absorb, because trust in spirit that that's going to be what you need to remember. Because, like, for instance, dill is a huge lust and love one, and that's what always sticks with me with dill. So that's what I need to use it for. And it's funny because, like, they'll have 7 or 8 things that they're good for, but you're like, that doesn't make sense about the exorcism, or it doesn't make sense about the love, I don't get it. Then it's not going to vibrate that way for you, and I truly believe that. So if you read in the book, oh, it's good for all this stuff, and you agree, disagree, I think that's the personal vibration of the herb toward you and that emotion. Okay, moving along. So anointing these, just when you get it, just divide it into 8 little piles or whatever. Make sure you have enough for each day. And then anoint a little bit every day. Keep it at an altar. If you have a money altar, even better. You can create a money altar very simply, like a green candle. Charge up this frog bone there. Take it off the altar, put it in your pocket for an interview, come back home, put it on the altar. Like, that's going to recharge it. You could even just have a white tea light that you carved the word green into, or you wrote the word green with a Sharpie, or you wrote money on there. But because remember that white is just like a neutral. And you can, in color magic, you can charge white to be any color. Okay? Or you could take a white tea light and put green herbs on top of it to have that vibration. Sue Hennessy, that's so sweet. She said, I've learned a lot from you and I've been practicing for over 30 years. That's such a huge compliment. I thank you so much. So, and just like when you find the point where you can finally trust in yourself and just like tell people that, like, I'm putting down the books for a little bit. I'm going to go in here instead. That's what I mean. It's just been this whole crazy trip I've been on has just been so liberating. Okay, so moving along, we got the chia seeds, we've got the road opener, we have these little frog bones. Thanks you guys for helping us charge them. And now we've also got three more things that I put together. Okay, I gave you a bag of my onion skins. So you do have an altar with frogs over it? Perfect. So, you know, keep your oil there. Keep all these things there if you can or whatever, to just get them nice and charged up. This is something that I have on the Etsy shop a lot. I know it's in plastic. I'm running out of space. It's a blend of like 6 different types of onion. And when you burn onion skins, even though it stinks, it's like so potent and powerful. So I usually burn them outside or just a little bit on my money altar because it smells weird to me. It smells like, you know how when onions fry up and saute, they have like a smell to them? Well, this is like that times like 1,000. It's just really big. Hey Thomas, it's great to see you. Hi Uncle Badger. So here I've got a bag of those mixed onion skins, and inside the skins are all of these onions. Because in Scotty's book, that's another thing that stuck with me, was like about onions. Burn the skins for riches, and then when you burn them, the smell kind of burns that into your brain so you don't forget it. So I always remember it says that, like, burn onion skins for riches. So this is my onion skin blend for money. And you just would have a coal disc and drop it on top of there, or have like a fire in the fireplace and throw it in there. That would be a good one, because then it would just go right up into the sky. If you have a wood fireplace and you threw a handful of these onion skins in. I'm actually going to do that today. Ha! I'm going to go, because we burn a wood fire all the time. That would be awesome. See, you guys inspire me so much. So here's what are in there. Shallots, so shallot skins, red onion skins, garlic skins, yellow Walla Walla sweet onion skins, and white onions. Okay, so all of those are in there. And it's just a big old blend. I said, doesn't smell very good, but very effective. Okay, so I've got that. And then we've got this bag, which inside of it, like, all your instructions are here. I don't use the computer. I just write things out by hand, and I try to make my penmanship so that you can read it. But if you can't, just ring me and all. Okay, so here's what we have. I've been kneeling this whole time. My knees are starting to hurt. Okay. So this is a dried grapefruit skin, the whole entire half. It's hard. Okay. I love to take half skins of things like passion fruits and citrus, and what else could you do in a half, like anything. A kiwi. I dried out kiwi skins. Like, there's nothing I won't put in my dehydrator to use later in Herbal Alchemy working. And then you're not spending any monies on magic. You're just taking your compost or your kitchen scraps and not composting them. You're instead doing this, well, they will compost eventually, but yes. So inside of this fruit skin, and I thought you could maybe just keep it at your money altar or something. Let me read what I said, so the garlic is in here, dried whole in the skin. And that is to ward any kind of negativity. Then here are some starfruit leaves, so the carambola fruit. You guys know what that is, right? We've done lots of videos on starfruit. These are starfruit leaves because remember Juckshire Farms was growing all kinds of things, and I was utilizing even the leaves of things. So the starfruit, or carambola fruit, is very protective for obvious reasons, its shape. But also, the leaves of things I feel give you safety. Like, for instance, maybe you run under a tree to get dry, like, because it's raining outside. So the leaves kind of shelter you from the elements that are too harsh. Okay, so safety. But they feel like they just have a nice gentle hand on your back. Okay, so then I put some wormwood in here. This is absinthe wormwood, and that is for communication with spirit. Did I write anything else for that? Connection to spirit and spirit communication. There's a whole entire lemon that I've dried, and I've got a bunch of these right now because I had a bag of lemons that was getting a little bit too squishy. But you know, it never got cut. It just went in the dehydrator and dried. So that whole entire lemon kind of acts like as a poppet to represent her. And the lemon I put in there for, well, I know uplifting, but, oh yeah, to act as a poppet and to be uplifted. And then the negative, lemons also keep negativity away. Or if you put a lemon in a room of a sick person, it will suck up all that negative energy. So this is kind of representing the negative energy's already been sucked up. Now it's time for you to, like, find your passion. So now this is going to lay inside of this passion fruit skin. And then in this bowl, like, you could do anything you want with this working, really. And so let me read you what I wrote. Oh, and the grapefruit skin itself is just really uplifting. Like, all citruses are really uplifting in the, like, medicinal aromatherapy world. When you smell sweet orange oil or lemon oil or grapefruit oil, don't get me started on grapefruit oil, you immediately feel happier and more uplifted. So this is just like, you can set it up however you want. I just wanted you to have all those things together. I said, have a beautiful working, be intuitive, burn it all, set it at the altar, make it into an oil, yum, with all the citruses in there, and anoint yourself before interviews. Bury it in a special spot. Just go with your inner voice. And then I have one more thing to show you guys. Sweetie, I'm going to put the frog bones in here. I didn't mention that, but... Oh no, I'll wrap them up separate. I don't want them to break. Okay, because we all charged it together. So she can just set this, and, you know, it's not ugly, it's not pretty, it's not anything. It's just your energy sitting there, your intention sitting there around all those items to represent the money on her altar with frogs and everything. And this is what I'm talking about, Witch of the Woods. It's not, I mean, it's not even pretty, but, like, or, I mean, I think it's beautiful. But it's not particularly, like, professionally looking or any of that. Hey, Papa Squirrel, it's so nice to see you. Welcome. I don't know if I've seen you on my live streams before. It's been a long time. Terrathon. That's the last time we chatted. So the last thing I'm going to show you guys, so these are all things she can set with her road opener and money oil and set at her altar. We made this on the channel just the other day in a live stream together, and it was an intuitive road opener for a certain purpose. So the last thing I'm going to show you is I got a big chunk of snake skin, because that's one of my favorite things to work with. So this big chunk of snake skin, don't keep it in the car. Okay, you never want to keep, like, snake skin in a car or an airplane or something like that, because I tell you what, the last time I picked up a package from the post office, just a random package, I didn't know what was inside, but it was my snake sheds. I got in the car, and in the 10 minutes it took me to get from the post office to my house, 3 people almost smashed into my car. And I'm like, I drive the speed limit, that just never happens. Like, maybe once in a blue moon you see somebody almost get you. This, and it just zinged through my arm. This energy is so strong and so powerful, these snake sheds. So be careful when you're in the car. Okay, that's what I have to say. And now I'm going to tell you my intuitive opinion on snake sheds. So those snake sheds came from a red-tailed boa constrictor. So let's just talk about branding, because branding has huge energies in this world. And if you're interested in learning about that, you should look into it, absolutely. So I wrote at the top, this is a very powerful ingredient, a little goes a long way. That chunk there you could put on your altar if you want to, like any kind of altar. Deities from the ones I practice with tend to really like snake skins. And I said, the branding, the name, the vibration. Every time you say something, it's a vibration, right? So, red-tailed boa constrictor. Red. Use your intuition for how you feel about the color red, or use color magic. So red for love, red for passion, red for me. No, I'm kidding. And then now it's red-tailed boa constrictor, so tail. Use in workings to represent what is behind you or in the past. Okay, like we pull hairs from the front of our head, and she wants to add hairs from the front of her head in here so that she can move forward. But this tail energy, you can use it to represent something that's behind you or to put something in the past. And then the word constrictor. I'm not using the word boa because it doesn't need to be in there, but constrictor. There's a lot of things you can do with that word. Communication, right? Because if a boa constrictor, a boa goes around your neck, so we're talking about this. That's what that all breaks down to, okay? So, communication workings, if somebody's not communicating, it's almost like they're constricted. Open up their communication to you. You can use it in some shut up workings if some people are talking badly about you, because that is also a vibration that you don't want in the universe. A lot of intuitives and a lot of clairaudience, this happens to me all the time. I can tell when someone's talking about me, and they might be half a world away, or they might be close enough where I could hear if I had great hearing. It's 2222 there, Uncle Badger. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. This, like, numerical energy. It's so thick, potent, fantastic. Blowing my mind. Okay, so the constrictor. So communication, shut up workings. You don't want the vibration of, especially a group of people. It's almost like a coven of sorts. Like, they're not practicing witchcraft because, well, they are, but they just don't know it. So they're sitting there, like, talking about you, gossiping about you, and a lot of us can feel it burning in our belly. I don't know where you guys feel it if you do. Okay, we can use it for shut up workings. We can use it for gossip removal, which is different. We can use it to, and this is how it adds to, like, what are we talking about? None of this is road opener. None of this is money. I figured a way to bring it back to money. Talking about constrictor. Turning a shy person unshy. Might help to keep some on you during the interview. But that might be hard because of driving. Okay? Might work if you took the bus, if you would want to do that, because just take a tiny, tiny piece. Just take a tiny piece of that snake skin and keep it with this, maybe like in a little amulet or a bag or just a glass vial or something. Do you want a glass vial? I can send you one. Oh yeah, I've done that. I've frozen people's names in ice cube trays. It gets, that'll work. That'll work. And there's things that you can do with lemons and pins that's, it's not like hurting, it's just what it is. But there's nothing better than this. Getting together with you guys, coming up with ideas, teaching you how to trust your intuition and just go with it. But the branding, break down the name, because I got so much just from breaking down the branding of that word, red-tailed boa constrictor. So now I want to say my last things. Okay, so in general, the snake skin can represent Kundalini energy. It can represent invisibility, which we talked all about, but it is so potent. And why would we want to work with invisibility? I'll tell you. This is how I work with it, and I do these really cool, like, clay poppets with black tourmaline in them and snake skin, and then an amulet that you wear and a poppet that you keep at the house with a little candle while you're out. I'm not talking about, like, put on an invisibility cloak Harry Potter. I'm talking about not being seen by people you don't want to be seen by. And this goes for my channel as well. There's a lot of times when I just, like, if I'm not feeling the vibe of just whatever, and I don't want people, like, trolls. Like, so if you guys have YouTube channels, this is a good way to keep away trolls. Like, putting your intent into some snakeskin and possibly doing other things with it, and then keeping it on your person or in your pocket, and that way the people that you don't want to exchange with won't find you. They just won't find you. And you could be out doing magical workings and not want to be seen. Like, you don't really want people to look at you and go, what is she doing? Or if you go into the cemetery, you could put it on your pocket in the cemetery so that perhaps bad spirits wouldn't see you. I mean, I've never done that, but it's just, I am so happy with my brain and how it's functioning these days. And lately I've been saying to myself that I have a beautiful brain, and I'm just amazed with how it just like works and clicks and everything. So is fun. And I've never been comfortable enough with myself to give myself those types of compliments. So that's a big deal that I would even say it out loud to you guys, but I'm really trying to grow. There's just so much growth happening in my life. Thank you, my soul family. I really mean that. So you could use it in the graveyard, but the times that I use it most is when I'm out and about and doing magical things, and I don't want muggles to see me. I don't want people that might give me the evil eye during that, and go, what the fuck is she doing? I don't want those people to see me. So I've never been able to go invisible, but it works. And then it's funny because you'll draw in other witches. You'll draw in other practitioners, warlocks, wizards, whatever you want to call them. Energy workers, yeah? And it's funny because I did that very thing, and I had snakeskin little amulet in my pocket. And I was in the book section at Barnes & Noble, and I met one of my best friends there. And, I met someone for the first time. They were just looking at, I was in the witchcraft area, and then she came around, and I was just like, cool. And so I found a way to compliment her. I initiated the conversation. And then we just talked for hours, and we ended up having coffee and just back and forth, like we'd known each other for a long time. So you can really, really, really do a lot with the snake skins. And like I say, that chunk right there, that's enough to last quite some time. Also, that's still in there, the brown stuff that's in there is like when a red-tailed boa constrictor, I know this because I used to have one, when they go for their prey, there's all this bedding, they call it bedding, but it's just like wood chips and stuff. So it's a natural thing. I didn't want to rip apart the snake skins too much, or sheds, snake sheds. But I made sure you had the tail, okay? And if you really, really, save that tail for when you really need it the most, because that is going to be shit, it's, there aren't really words. There aren't really words. So, you guys, make sure to message me at my Etsy shop, because like I say, it's down in the description, but like I say, there's not a ton on there for sale, and it's because I create these things, like I say, all I was doing was making a road opener for money for somebody to help them get a job, and all of this stuff flows out like the most, like a rainbow is being vomited out of my mouth or something. That's how it feels. I don't know how else to say it. Projectile rainbow expectorating. So Tiki, I'm so glad that you were here. I'm so glad that we were able to communicate while I was texting to you about this stuff. It says, using some of it for your health altar, trying to lose weight. That's awesome, and you guys remember, if you have like a health altar for a certain purpose, such a good idea, so smart. Grapefruits are really good for your health unless you have a heart issue. If somebody has a heart issue, that's the only time you wouldn't want to use grapefruit to care for their working. And the reason is because if you eat grapefruit, if you use a grapefruit essential oil and it goes into your bloodstream and you have a heart issue, it counteracts the heart medication. It's so for like if you take medications for heart issues, it will. I'm not a doctor, obviously, but I have to say that. Just such good stuff. I mean, I'm just so happy with everything. And so if you need something from the Etsy shop, because there's not a lot there, hi buddy. It's all on, or like, just tell me what you need and we'll create the witchcraft working of your dreams. And that's what I'm talking about. So, Papa Squirrel, it's good to see you. Gosh, it's been so long. Make sure to come back soon. And everyone else, it's good to see you. Yeah, kitty. Alright, we'll see you guys soon. I might pop on again today to show you some other things. Who knows? But if you didn't see the video before this, my outdoor altar, that gift I got from Deity this morning, kitty! If you didn't see that video, go look at it, because it's That's the first time I've ever felt like a supernatural thing happened to me, like where I could see it in my life, like right in front of my eyes. So, oh, and I came up with these cave girl accessories. I haven't shown you that either. Okay, check this out. These are just prototypes. Okay, they're just prototypes, but I'm the Witch of the Woods, right? So, the Wicked Witch of the Woods, that's funny. And I want it to look Blair Witchy. I don't want it to look like it came from a factory. However, these are just prototypes. So this is a double chicken's foot. I know Otis loves me so much. I love you, buddy. Thank you for being here. And you can wear this one of two ways. This part will cover your forehead. So these are my cave girl accessories that I'm coming up with. And it'll be on a black headband. So let's say my hair was fixed. Not going to be for everybody. They're definitely not going to be for everybody, but this is killer. And it's awesome because it feels like chicken's feet are really cleansing and really protective. So it's almost like spraying on Florida water and cleansing yourself or saging yourself, but like all the day. And so if you flip it around, it won't be touching your face. It will be kind of back here. Like that. Okay, so I have 4 more or 5 more to show you that I made. But this is what I mean. Like, my creativity has just been off the wall and off the charts, and so many signs from deity, and oh, it's just insane. So this one is a dog's chew toy that I found at the dollar store. And it's a stake. And I need to go get some white thread or red thread, again, prototypes. And it's a stake, and if you... It doesn't make a loud noise, but it does squeak, which is hilarious, because, you know, like, I'm going to do ones with these big squeaky bones. God darn it. It squeaked yesterday. And then I pick up the bone and look at it. 111 on the back of the bone, and it's just like, that's my spirit guides telling me this is a good idea. Keep doing it. On the bottom of the stake, there's a 111. I mean, these are the signs I'm telling you about. It's insanity. So you want to see me wear this, right? Because, obviously. Not for everybody. But I think that they're brilliant and genius and hilarious. And, like, what is she wearing? Oh my god, is that a dog? Like, what is she? Who is she? What is she doing? I don't want to be noticed necessarily, but put a little snakeskin in my pocket. No big. Next one, what? 111 is your birthday? That's awesome. January 11th. That's really cool. Yeah, protection for the crown. Totally, and that's almost like as good at, like, let's say you didn't have a head covering for a graveyard, you know, and you didn't want to cover your head for the graveyard. I feel like this might honestly work, you know. I'm not willing to try it myself, probably right now, but I might. Also, I'm going to be making these. I haven't finished the prototype yet, but I'm making headband antlers so that we can all feel closer to, like, you know, they'll be like that. Antlers, a lot of symbolism there. So that one's not done yet, but that's the next one I'm working on. You guys, should I do it the plain antlers or the sparkly ones? Plain or sparkly? Now, if you have these gold ones on the top of your head, that's like a connection with the divine masculine. Or, you know, what are male, not, the god. What are males called? Hold on. Ouch. Otis, you need to get down, bud. Okay, then I've got this prototype, which this one's pretty much done. They look a lot like this. I mean, I could hot glue it, but I feel like then you're going to have plastic up by your head, but I don't know. So I haven't decided how I'm going to finish it. But this one I made for myself. I wanted to make it with my red chicken's foot, but then I couldn't see it because it was the same exact color in my hair. So we just have this painted black chicken's foot hanging on your head. From the front, you kind of look normal, and they're like, what's that? And they're like, ah! You know, it's good stuff. Art should be shocking. The way that you dress should either make people smile, or you smile, or, you know, something like that. Now, the last one is poisonous. Why would you want to do that? Who knows? I don't know. It's crucifix fish. Oops. You guys saw these? I found these on the beaches of Texas. And I figured out a way to get it on a headband, so I did. Cave Girl accessories, y'all. Now, obviously, this is pretty big. Not everybody wants one that big. Just such good fun. Such good fun. That looks good in black. The black headband with the black chicken's foot, Thomas. So, thanks for joining me, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me and having fun. Yeah, chicken foot. Ah, exactly. Like, what is that? What's going on? Okay, so, as I'm always saying, you are my soul family. I'm so glad that I found you. And just, you're all so dear to me. So, please check out the Etsy shop, and if you have any wants or needs, like something as crazy as anything, I'll help you figure it out. So, have a beautiful day, you guys. Kiss, kiss, ta. See you later. Bye-bye.